It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt.
Good evening. It's Friday, January 5th, 2018, and we're here at Edward Little High School for tonight's boys basketball matchup between the Red Eddies and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Frank Myatt with Frank Healy on camera. Steve Schwartz is off tonight, and we're glad to be joined by Lyman Moore basketball coach Joe Johnson.
Yeah, Frank, I'm looking forward to this game tonight. I mean, I've had this on my calendar now for a couple months for a couple reasons, and one is Mike Adams, the other is Coach Russo. Two guys that have been at their schools for a very long time. That doesn't happen a lot in today's age. So I figured that Edward Little had a great chance of giving tonight. They've got a great chance of giving Portland a hard time. Mike is a great coach. You've got to do a couple different things against Portland to slow them down. I'm really anxious to see what Coach Adams and the Eddies have to do tonight.
Exactly, Coach. And last year we saw Portland come in here to the Edward Little gym and lose. The Red Eddies beating Portland 76-70 in the regular season behind 25 points from Darby Shea. He'll be back again tonight, as well as a great defensive effort from Wo Mai Wen. So, Joe, how would you expect to see Coach Russo attack that team?
Well, forever, Coach Russo's had great guards. So this is a couple of reasons why this is a great matchup. And one is Edward Little's a tempo team, Portland High's a tempo team. So who's going to tempo each other? Coach Adams knows he's got to slow it down a little bit. So there's no shot clock. He's got to manage the clock. Portland High wants to beat Portland. They want to get up and down the floor, get as many shots as they can, get in EL's face, and make it a track meet. That's what Coach Russo has done a lot at last few years.
Folks, it'll be a great coaching matchup, and we'll bring it to you in a moment.
Tonight, AA basketball game between the visiting Portland Bulldogs and your own Edward Little Red Eddies. Portland is coached by Joe Russo, assisted by Joe Giordano, Carmine Rumo, and Dylan Goodman. Edward Little is coached by Mike Adams, assisted by Paul Cody, Tim Maines, Craig Gibson, Quinn Leary, and Eldon Physick. Tonight's officials are Mr. Treadwell, Mr. Gordon, and Mr. Gamage. Larry Gordon, your scorekeeper, and Dan Brown on the clock. And now, get ready for your starting lineups. For Portland, at center, a junior, number 23, Trey Ballou. At forward, a senior, number 20, Griffin Foley. At guard, a senior, number 12, Emmanuel Yugu. At guard, a junior, number 5, Pedro Fonseca. And at guard, a senior, number 4, Terrian Moss. And now, the starting lineup, your Edward Little Red Eddies. At guard, a sophomore, number 22, Austin Brown. At guard, a senior, number 23, David Khalid. At forward, a senior, number 21, Grant Hartley. At forward, a senior, number 33, Darby Shea. And at guard, a senior, number 3, Tyler Boren. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this time you all please rise and honor America as the Edward Little Pep Band leads us to the playing of our national anthem.
So as we ready ourselves for basketball here, Joe, you were commenting before the game about kind of the small town feel of this gym. We have the pep band, we have the stage.
Yes, yeah, nothing to take away from the expo, but this is Maine High School basketball at its best.
It'll be Ballou and Ibn Khalid vying for the tip-off. And away we go. Tip comes to EL. It'll be Shea, but knocked away by Teron Moss. Edward with the inbound under the basket.
Portland, their typical 2-3 zone out of bounds.
More of the inbound. He finds Khalid in the corner. Khalid up top, number 22, Austin Brown. EL swings it around the horn. Khalid up, no good. Rebound comes to Moss. Hugo in the corner. Three's no good. Rebound falls to Austin Brown, and the Eddies are off and running. Brown kicks it out to Khalid. Khalid drives baseline and lays it in. First points of the night go to the Red Eddies. 2-0 Eddies, 7:20 to play. Fonseca with a pull-up jumper, and Pedro knocks it down.
I think EL was in man. I wasn't sure. There wasn't enough movement on the offensive end from the Dogs to figure that one out.
Darby Shea working on Foley. Shea loses it, and it falls to Yugu.
Nice bounce pass.
Inside we'll have a foul, and Trey Ballou will go to the line shooting two.
Three-person crew tonight with the officials, so always makes me nervous. There'll be a few too many whistles.
Of course, three-man crew is what we see in the Maine High School basketball tournament.
Yes.
So really a chance. Tournament preview in multiple ways here. As Ballou kind of weathers the screech from the student section, knocks down his first. The EL students appear to be dressed for the beach.
Yeah. Was it Spirit Week?
Ballou hits two, and Portland out in pressure.
Pulling 2-2-1.
EL gets it across to Khalid. Khalid to Brown. Grant Hartley's shot no good, and Brown is unable to corral the rebound. That'll be Portland basketball. We noticed before the game that EL center Wolmai Wen is not suited up. He's not on the bench. He's not even in the building. Yeah. So certainly kind of changes the tenor of the game, getting their top inside threat out of there. As Foley with the floater knocks it in off the rim.
Yeah, that's a tough loss. I mean, Coach Adams and I are pretty close. His son is a year older than mine, and we've coached against each other in the youth ranks. I've stayed close with him the last couple of years, and he spoke very highly of my Wen, and has done a great job in his program the last couple of years. It's a tough loss for them tonight.
Leads three, no good. Long pass to the corner. Three doesn't fall, but Pedro Fonseca gets the offensive rebound, and he'll be called for a charge. Coach, that's a call we seem to see quite often here in the state.
Yeah, it's a point of emphasis. You know, they want to clean that up, the rough play, and having the offensive player be in control.
And Xavier Weaver entering for Edward Whittle. He will replace number 21 Grant Hartley. As Shea will bring up the ball, shadowed by Foley. Shea, nifty spin move, and lays it in. So last year, Joe, we saw Darby Shea burn Portland from outside. This time he's bringing the ball up and working it in.
Yeah, changed his game a little bit. He's able to get to the rim. I mean, last year you didn't have to worry about him going by anybody, but he just was able to stick a three last year.
Dribble penetration, and Yugu loses it, but EL will give it right back. And Coach Russo will want a timeout. We'll take one too. 6-4 Portland, 5:17 left in the first quarter. So as we come out of the break, Simon Chadbourne is checked in for the Bulldogs.
EL's in 1-3-1.
25, Weaver. Portland splits the trap. Ballou floats it in for 2.
Trey Ballou.
Shea cross court to Morin, swings to the corner, dumped inside to Weaver. Weaver fade away. Drops for EL. Moss step back 3, knocks it down. Teron Moss's first points of the game come from beyond the arc. It is 11-6 Portland. A little quick action coming out of the break. Morin.
Simon Chadbourne quickly off the bench. Try and change the tempo here for Portland offensively.
On Shea from deep, can't fall. Moss has it, and Teron's off and running. Chadbourne for 3.
There he is.
3-point shot for Simon Chadbourne.
And Joe, we saw that in the Northern Maine Regional Final last year where Chadbourne sunk a few threes at the Augusta Civic Center.
Yes, he did against EL as well.
And so I'm sure Darby Shea and company are having flashbacks.
Yep.
Big offensive rebound falls to Khalid. Backdoor cut from Morin. And he'll lose it. Chadbourne will be fouled by Khalid, and he will go to the line shooting 2.
Tough call. I think I agree with Mike on that one. Traveled before he got hit.
And he's foul on number 23, Ben Khalid. That's his first, team second.
Yeah, so as I said, it looks to me that EL is in 2-3, so it brings Simon off the bench. Portland's tougher and tougher to play zone against now because they can knock it in from 20 feet.
Storm Gibson in the game.
Uncharacteristic miss for Chadbourne from the foul line. As we see number 11, Terrell Thomas, check in for EL. And at the table is Quinn Clark, who will check in for Simon Chadbourne, either on a make or on the next dead ball. Chadbourne sinks it.
Chadbourne sinks them both. Quinn Clark in the game. Bulldogs.
Darby Shea one-on-one with Foley. Spins, lays it in.
Griffin's got a hard time tonight guarding him.
Moss working it up slowly. 15-8 Portland. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Step back 2 for Moss. Front rim no good. But Ballou with the rebound inside. He'll be fouled and go to the line. Foul be on number 25, Xavier Weaver.
First, team's third. Lino Ben in the game.
And they're going to say that foul was on the floor. His deflection is off number 11, Storm Gibson.
Yeah, EL's a man-to-man now. Got out of the 2-3.
The 24, Lino Ben is checked in. And he's trapped. It'll be another inbound for Pedro right in front of the student section. Lob goes to Ben.
Great catch.
Trapped inside. Big offensive rebounds by Fonseca. But they don't fall. Khalid with the rebound. With 14, Ahmed Abdir. Shea from 3. Won't fall. Gets his own rebound.
Darby's feeling it a little bit.
And Shea will be fouled by Lino Ben. And Darby Shea will go to the line shooting 2.
How many has he got so far?
Shea 4 points thus far.
Full foul on number 24. Lino Ben, that's his first, team.
And he'll have a chance to make it 6 with this trip to the foul line.
Darby Shea.
Anxious to see how deep EL is tonight. And Portland's going to press them full court, make them play 84 feet. They're going to have to play a few more heads.
And 84 feet, as you said, Joe, Portland used to playing on the full 94-foot court at the Expo, so coming here to a traditional high school size.
Correct. I mean, that's the advantage of playing at the Expo, that extra 10 feet. I mean, you can try to play zone at the Expo, but it's a lot harder, much easier in this gym.
Hits the second.
Shea hits 1 of 2. 15-9 Portland, under 3 minutes to play. Frank Myatt and Joe Johnson for WPPS TV3. Simon Chadbourne, top of the key. He kicks it out to Moss. Moss guarded by Abadir.
Portland playing 5 out. Just trying to get to the rim. Playing off the dribble.
Moss takes it right to the rack. Just as you said, Joe, the dribble opens up the play. Easy way in for Moss. Shea from deep knocks it down.
Big 2 minutes for the Eddies here. Down 2 possessions.
Chadbourne looks to answer from the corner, and he does. Simon Chadbourne's second three-pointer of the game.
You just can't help off of him. And that's why Portland's so hard, because you gotta guard Tehran with 2 or 3 guys. So
Abadir takes it in, lays it in with his left hand. Ahmed Abadir's first point. Moss gets the high screen from Fonseca, pulls up. Jumper's no good, and it will stay Portland ball.
Big Khaled back in for the Eddies.
As Darby Shea will take a seat, with Khaled coming back in. Minute 31 to play in the first quarter. And Fonseca inbounding under the basket. Moss will pull it out. On Chadbourne with absolutely no range limit.
Yep.
But we're going to have a foul inside, and I believe that will be on Fonseca.
Darby Shea and Simon Chadbourne.
Pulling foul on number 5, taking up the second. That's his second.
We should have quite the shooting demonstration tonight between those two. And Shea checking back in for EL.
Pulling full court man.
Abadir takes it right to the rack. No good. Offensive rebound. Khaled. But it'll be taken away by Manny Yugu. Yugu left-handed layup, no good. Austin Brown with the rebound. Abadir again lays it in for 2.
$50 seconds.
Yugu on the elbow. Looks to penetrate. Kicks it out to Foley. Back finds Yugu. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound to Hartley. And with 30 seconds to play, EL's going to walk it up slowly.
Yep. Coach asked for 1 shot, 25 seconds left.
Foley takes it away. But he loses it and gives it right back.
It's always a tough one. I mean, you can rep that as much as you can in practice, but to be able to simulate the speed in a time and score situation is tough for coaches.
18 seconds on the clock. 20-16 Bulldogs. Shea to inbound again. Gets it into Morin. Morin guarded closely by Moss. 10 seconds to play. Shea with the dribble handoff to Khaled. 5 seconds of the clock. And Griffin Foley will be called for the blocking foul.
3.3 left.
Foul number 20, Griffin Foley. That's his first, team's 4th.
So, Coach, do you try to draw something in off the inbound here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got one pass and shot.
Pass goes to Hartley. Hartley launches it. It'll be no good. So at the end of 1, it's Portland 20, Edward Little 16. We'll be back. It'll be Portland ball coming out of the break.
Yeah, so Coach Russo, that timeout, probably not happy defensively. EL's had a couple easy buckets in transition.
Ballou, high post. He'll lose it for Portland's 4th turnover of the game.
Versus Coach Adams, I think a 2-possession game at the end of 1, I'd take that.
Deflection off Yugu. Darby Shea will inbound on the corner. On the sideline, that is. Shea finds Khalid. Keeping Khalid, a transfer from Lewiston. Played for the Blue Devils last year. Acrobatic baby hook inside. Khalid nets it for 2. Now it's a 2-point game. 20-18 Portland.
Yeah, the EL's picking on Griffin a little bit offensively.
Spin move. Moss hits the jumper.
Terry Moss.
Tehran's 7th point of the game. Tied with Simon Chadbourne for the team lead. On the EL side, Darby Shea leads all scorers with 8. Khalid with a long-range 3. Rebound falls to Simon Chadbourne. Chadbourne pushes it up himself. And they will count the basket.
Simon Chadbourne.
Foul's going to be on Austin Brown.
Austin Brown. That's his first, team's 4th.
Simon's the player of the game right now. He's able to knock it down from long range and as well get to the rim.
Now, we really haven't seen as much of that so far out of Simon as most of the time we've seen him in the corner spotting up for a big shot. But now with that ability to get to the rim, really opens up his game.
Yep. I mean, obviously he knew coming in this year that people were going to take that away from him, the 3-point shot. So he had to find another part to his game.
3-point play for Chadbourne gives him 10 points in the game so far. Khalid works to the top of the key. He's picked up by Moss. Swings it to Shea. Shea from deep. And it won't roll in. Rebound, however, falls to Hartley. Shea in the backdoor cut. Won't fall. Hartley rebound again. And he can't finish. It'll be Tehran Moss. Top of the key. Step back. Chadbourne in the corner. He was open. And he'll take a little 10-footer and knocks it down. The Simon Chadbourne show continues for Portland.
It's fun to watch. Fundamentally sound. Great footwork on that shot.
Brown unguarded for 3. In and out. And it'll be Ben Fisher with the rebound. Up ahead, Chadbourne. Won't fall. Manny Yugo with the offensive rebound. And he will be fouled. Wait for the indication.
Tehran thinks he's still on the football field with that pass.
That's his second foul, team's 5th.
The foul goes on Grant Hartley. As Yugu toes the charity stripe, shooting 2. And he hits the first to make it a 10-point game, 28-18 Portland. Portland currently on an 8-0 run after EL cut it to a 2-point game to open up the second quarter.
Yeah, 5 and some change left in this game, left in this half. EL's got to figure something out.
Offensive rebound by Ben Fisher, but he loses it for Portland's 5th turnover. 5 turnovers apiece. Brown finds Shea in the corner. Swings it around to Khalid. And EL reverses the basketball, and they'll look inside. Khalid pulls up from 3. Doesn't fall. Simon Chadbourne with a rebound. He has it taken away, but that'll go back to Portland.
Offensively, I just don't think EL's being as patient enough. Their last couple possessions, they're taking some contested 2s and 3s.
Moss, the short pass to Yugu. Chadbourne penetrates. That'll be rejected by number 25, Xavier Weber. And EL will give it right back. Yugu loses it.
Both teams a little erratic right now.
And even Khaled will be fouled by Griffin Foley. That will be Foley's 2nd personal foul. The 5th on Portland.
Good foul, make him earn it.
foul on number 20, Griffin Foley. That's his second foul. Team's
The
fifth.
Dogs are taught to not to give up layups.
As we saw there, Foley following coach's orders. And now we'll see if even Khalid can earn those 2 points from the foul line. Khalid nets the first.
Wait over the second. Quinn Clark in Portland.
And we'll just have Quinn Clark and Pedro Fonseca
Simon gets a break.
checking in for the Bulldogs.
Well, it's 6 of both.
Khalid hits both. And Storm Gibson will check in for even Khalid. Fonseca inbounds to Clark. Quinn Clark running the point for Portland.
Yeah, I like seeing this. Coach Russo switched Teron to the 2. Let Quinn handle the ball a little bit.
Clark with a twisting shot. He'll be fouled, and he'll head to the foul line.
He's fouling number 22, Austin Brown. That's his second.
Foul will go against Austin Brown.
Going to line shooting
6-team foul for Edward Whittle, which means the next Red Eddie's defensive foul will put Portland on the foul line, shooting 1-1. Foul in the act of shooting gives Quinn Clark 2. And Clark can't get the first one to fall. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. 28-20 Portland. Frank Myatt, Joe Johnson, Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3.
I think one of the biggest differences in this game is Darby cooled off a little bit, and Simon continued on his tear.
Clark hits 1 of 2.
EL struggling offensively.
A trap in the corner. Weaver gets it. And that'll be stripped by Griffin Foley. And Coach Adams is asking for a travel. And Coach Russo is asking for a travel on that play. And neither coach too thrilled with the officiating so far in this one. Khalid pull up just inside the 3, and he hits it for 2. Seven-point lead for Portland, 29-22. Moss into the lane, floater, nets it.
EL's asking for an illegal screen. I think it was a great screen. I didn't see any movement there. Just he didn't hit him center on, but
Morin will be fouled inside on the floor. Be Griffin Foley's third personal foul.
That's his third foul. Team 6.
6 for Portland, as we'll see Simon Chadbourne will check in for Foley, spell him. 3 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the first half. Trey Blue also re-entering the game for Portland.
Trey Blue back in for the Bulldogs.
He'll replace Ben Fisher. And Weaver will be fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
so Portland's played 9 kids so far, and I think EL's played 7 maybe.
That's his first foul, team 7.
And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 31-22, Portland, 3:46 to play. So out of the break, it will be number 25 senior forward Xavier Weaver, shooting 2 for Ed Woodle. First one's off the back of the rim.
Weaver at the line for Red Eddie's.
Coach Russo's trying to get the officials to pay attention to his toe.
Weaver hits the second. Fonseca, shot fake. He'll pull it out. Gets to Clark. Clark skip pass to the corner. Fonseca will pull the trigger from deep. It won't fall. Rebound comes to Storm Gibson. Khaled. Khaled won't get it. Gets his own rebound. And another offensive rebound for Khaled before he loses it. Oh, they'll say it was knocked out of bounds.
Manuel Hugo into the game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, with Weaver and Khaled in the game at the same time, the EL's very long. Difficult to defend on the boards.
Morin finds Weaver. And there'll be a travel before the contact. So another Red Eddies turnover.
Ben Safi into the game for the Eddies.
Turnovers all evened up right now, 8 apiece.
EL at 1-3-1.
Quinn Clark running the point for Portland. Finds Yugu. Yugu works it inside. Tosses it up, won't fall. Rebound to Baloo, and it'll be stripped by Weaver.
Letting him play a little bit.
Kyle Warren back in for the Eddies.
Number 3, Tyler Morin checking back in for EL. And Yugu going for the back tip there. EL still maintains possession. Abadir up with the jump ball circle. Moss giving him plenty of room.
Bit of a scoring lull for both teams right now.
Darby Shea knocks down a 3. His second of the game. 31-26 Portland.
Yeah, EL's got it to 2 possessions with 2 to go in the half. They elect to go zone 1-3-1.
Moss will be fouled from behind, and the crowd is not happy about that one. Foul be on Khaled, his second.
That's his second, team 7.
As we'll see Teron Moss going to the foul line, shooting 2.
Yeah, that was a big call in that situation.
Moss 9 points on the evening so far, as he'll look to break into double figures. And he hits the first. .22 Austin Brown checking in. He'll spell Khaled. Moss hits both for his 11th points of the game. Lee Brown looking to break the Portland press.
Full court man.
Morin kicks it out to Brown. Brown inside. Good look to Weaver, who finds Shea off the glass for 2. 13 points for Darby Shea as we're under 2 to play here in the first half. 33-28 Portland. Moss backing up. Gives it off to Clark. Clark back to Moss.
EL's got to be careful because Mr. Chadbourne's sitting over there in the corner.
Yugu finds Baloo in the corner. Moss pulls the trigger from deep. No good. Rebound comes to Yugu, and he will be fouled.
Hardest part playing zone is you got to check out your area. I mean, really, I think just a big disadvantage. You know, you're in man, you're going to check out your man. In zone, it's much more difficult to check out these guys.
Point taken as we saw Yugu kind of sneak in for the offensive rebound. Hits his first free throw. And his second point of the game. Number 11, Storm Gibson, checking in for Ed a little.
14 remaining in the first half.
Yugu short on the second. And we'll have a foul inside against Trey Baloo. That'll be Baloo's second personal foul. And we'll travel to the other end of the court.
Coach Russo not happy with that one.
Weber shooting 1-1.
Yeah, we're in 1-1 the rest of the way.
Weber's given EL some good minutes off the bench so far tonight. He hits the first. They know earn his right to a second shot. Second one rolls in.
EL's got it to 2 possessions here with 1 and some change.
34-30 Portland. Clark bringing the ball up. And he gets rid of it. Under a minute to play. Yugu kicks it out. Chadbourne. Quick closeout by 22 Brown. 45 seconds on the clock. And that'll be a 5-second call. Darby Shea all over Manny Yugu.
Yeah, Manny was a little too patient with that 5-second count. God, do I hate that call. Drives you nuts as a coach.
Well, a lot of that's up to interpretation as well, Coach.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're not going to have a shot clock, why are we having that one?
Point taken. Tyler Morin, 30 seconds to play. He'll hand it off to Abadir. Number 10, Terrell Thomas has checked into the game for the first time for EL. 15 seconds to play. Teron Moss face guarding Darby Shea. Not going to allow Shea to take that last shot. Abadir goes in, lays it in with the left. 3 seconds to play. Deflection by Brown, 34-32 Portland.
Big shot for EL. See if Portland can answer.
1 second on the shot, on the clock that is. They'll have 2 guys on Teron Moss. As Yugu pulls up for 3, no good. So at the half, it's Portland 34, Edward Whittle 32. We'll be back. So at the half, a 2-point lead for Portland.
Yeah, you know, Frank, as I said in the pregame, this has been on my calendar for a long time. This is a game of the year as far as I'm concerned in the North. It's a tale of 2 tapes. In the first quarter, I thought Portland extended themselves, extended EL, made it an 84-foot game, and then EL in the second quarter shortened things up. They went 1-3-1, they played a little 2-3, and we had a lull offensively from the Dogs, and I think that's the biggest difference in the game so far.
And individual scoring for Portland, Simon Chadbourne leading the way with 12 points. Teron Moss complimenting with 11 of his own. A slew of other players with between 2 and 4. For the Red Eddies, it's Darby Shea with 13.
Yeah, you know, I thought EL did a great job. Weaver and Khalid both gave Portland some fits on the glass in the first half. You know, we got a 2-point ball game with 2 of the best teams in the North so far. Anxious to see in the second half what's going to happen. You know, is Coach Adams going to stick to zone, a little 1-3-1? Is Coach Russo going to try and you know, get more shots up, extend them, and you know, a little bit more with some full court pressure? So we'll see what happens in the second half when these 2 teams come out.
We'll bring you second half action in a moment. So as EL set to inbound to start the second half, Frank Myatt, Joe Johnson, Frank Healy on camera. It'll be PPS TV 3.
Interesting this half, Simon starting versus Manny.
Khalid guarded by Fonseca. EL swings it around the horn. Darby Shea will be fouled. We'll see if that goes on Foley. That'll be 4. We'll wait for the indication. It will be on Griffin Foley. So with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game, Joe, Foley has picked up his 4th foul, and Coach Russo's leaving him in. Shea dribble up and under, doesn't fall. Khalid, nice rebound, can't put it in.
Yeah, EL's had a couple of those opportunities and has been unable to put the ball in the basket.
Strong with that ball, 30.
Yeah, there goes Griffin.
Foul on number 23,
Khalid picks up his 3rd foul.
Tough for the Dogs. I mean, now the Blue Book says he's got to sit until the 4-minute mark of the 4th quarter. So
we'll see if Coach Russo's going to follow the unwritten rules of coaching or take a shot. But either way, we have Foley on the bench here. 7.5 to play in the third quarter. Moss finds Hugo in the corner. Back to Moss. Moss penetrates. Floater in the lane, knocks it down.
Terry Moss.
And Tyler Morin bring it up for EL. He'll find Storm Gibson. Dumped inside to Shea, doubled. Shea kicks it out. Morin buries the three.
Haven't heard much from him. If he gets going, it's going to help out EL.
So it is a 1-point game, 36-35 Portland, here in the third quarter. And Moss will be fouled. They'll see the fouls on the floor before the shot.
Haven't seen much of that this game. Tehran being able to get to the rim. EL's done a good job of keeping him outside, making other people beat him.
Ballou inside. Baby hook. And he'll go to the foul line. And Grant Hartley, Coach Adams, and the rest of the Edward Little faithful are incredulous.
Third foul, team's third. Going line shooting 2, number 23, Trey Ballou.
Either way, it'll be Trey Ballou towing the line. 4 points in the day so far to go with a handful of rebounds. Ballou rolls the first in.
Maybe Weaver in the game for the Eddies.
As we have Weaver checking back in. Ballou hits them both. 38-35 Portland.
Portland full court man.
Hugo and Fonseca showing the pressure. Morin breaks through, swings it over to Gibson. Over to Shea. Shea defended by Moss. Austin Brown finds Shea for a long-range three, won't fall. And Fonseca gets the rebound. Chadbourne kicks it up to Ballou.
Good extra pass.
Back out to Chadbourne, pulls the trigger. It doesn't fall. Rebound to Gibson. Gibson up to Brown. Brown's three won't fall, but he'll get his own rebound to preserve the possession. Now Weaver pulling the trigger from long. And Shea with the offensive rebound, and he's able to finish.
Portland having a hard time finding their man and checking out in that possession. EL's got to find a way to get more shots.
Moss follows it. And Ballou with the offensive rebound put back, and he'll be fouled. Foul will go against Tyler Morin. Morin's first foul. As we see Trey Ballou with a chance to make it 3 points the old-fashioned way.
You know, I've seen them play now a few times, Portland High, and I've said a few times he's the X factor, Trey. I mean, big shoes to fill, filling in for Charlie for last year. You know, the Dogs will go as far as how well he does for them.
Ballou with 5 quick second-half points. Shea nearly loses it. Shea finds Brown. Brown to Gibson. Gibson tosses it up, doesn't fall. But Weber, offensive rebound and putback.
That's the difference in the game right now is rebounding. Poland's having a hard time checking them out, as I said a few times this game. But
41-39 Portland, 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Be Yugu in the corner, and they're going to wave it off for a travel. Be Morin. Defended by Yugu. Dumps it inside to Weber. Weber jump hook, knocks it down. We have a tie ball game, folks. 4:45 to play in the third quarter, 41-41. Moss kicks it out to Yugu. Penetrates. He'll lose it. And we'll have a foul on the floor. It'll be Portland ball underneath. That foul will be on Storm Gibson.
11, Storm Gibson. That's his second team.
Gibson's second. 5 team fouls for Edward Whittle early.
Yeah, Paul's got to take advantage of that and continue to get to the rim. Earn some free ones from 15.
Lou Fonseca inbounding under the basket. As Quinn Clark is checked into the game. Clark sets a screen for Moss. Moss is doubled. Dribbles his way out of it into the lane, and he'll be called for a travel.
It's not a travel. Unfortunate.
And Colette back in the game with the Eddies.
Well, the crowd's been asking for it all game. They finally got it. As we'll see more pressure out of Portland. Brown up to Khalid. Khalid gets it over. Khalid will be trapped. Gets out. Khalid for 3. And hit the basket support, so that will be Portland basketball.
And Safi in the game for the Eddies.
Ahmed Abadir checking back in for EL.
EL back man-to-man.
They'll jump Clark, but Khalid will be called for a foul.
Eddies foul on number 23, and then Khalid, that's his 4th.
It'll be Khalid's 4th, so he will take a seat.
Storm Gibson back in.
Khalid and Foley, each with 4 fouls.
Khalid's got to be careful. He's got one more.
And Coach Russo will take a 30-second timeout, and so will we. 41-41, 3:59 to play in the third quarter. And we're back. We have Fonseca. We'll inbound at half court.
EL back to 1-3-1.
And Portland's going to sink behind the zone there. Chadbourne pulls it. Knocks it down for 3. Simon Chadbourne's first points of the second half gives him 15 on the day. A steal by Ballou. Chadbourne kicks it out to Clark. Clark
Nice
for 3.
pass.
Won't fall, but Chadbourne chases down the rebound. Now it'll be Tehran from 3, and he'll knock it down.
Good timeout. Good timeout by Mike.
47-41 Portland, just like that. Timeout EL. So we're back. It'll be Darby Shea inbounding for EL. He finds Brown.
Anxious to see what Coach Adams does defensively over the next couple minutes. Portland's made 2 open threes against his zone.
With Brown up top, guarded by Chadbourne. Abadir penetrates, kicks it out to Weber. And Weber will throw it away.
Yeah, that's the difference in this game right now is Portland's pressure. EL's turned the ball over 3 times in a row now and has resulted in 2 threes.
11 turnovers apiece. As we have 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. 47-41 Portland. Moss takes it himself. Gets tipped to Ballou, and Ballou puts it in.
It might have been a pass.
The way Tehran plays, nothing would surprise me. And Moss will get an official warning. Not sure why. I didn't really see anything out of the ordinary. As the official explains the official scores. And either way, 49-41 Portland, 2:47 to play in the third quarter. Will be Morin advancing the ball against Clark. Dump it inside to Brown. Back out to Morin. Morin finds Weber in the corner. Weber tries to penetrate. Nearly taken away by Ballou, and now they have him in the trap. And Coach Adams wisely takes a timeout. 2:28 to play, 49-41 Portland. So coming out of the timeout, where we saw Mike Adams preserve a possession with a timeout call there to avoid a turnover.
Yeah, big possession for him right now.
Shea pulls the trigger from the corner. Doesn't fall. Rebound comes to Clark, that is. And it's Moss going the other way, and he'll go to the line for two. Foul will be on number 22, Austin Brown. Brown's third. 17 fouls for EL, so Portland will be shooting from here on out.
It's a huge advantage.
Moss hits the first. Clean second half so far for Portland. One team foul. Something I'm sure that Coach Mike Adams will be having a little chat with both his team and the officials about after the game.
Yep, and on the other side, Coach Russo is telling his kids to get to the rim.
Moss hits two, gives him 18 points so far. The lead Storm. Gibson inbounding the ball for EL. Finds Harvey. Over the top to Shea. Lays it in for two. 17th point for Shea. 51-43 Portland.
Smart play by Darby there. Tehran was in his face in that dead ball. And they made one pass and he took off for the rim. Just had one step on Tehran.
Clark feeds it into Ballou. Back out to Clark. Dumps it in again. And we'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow towards Portland. It will be Fonseca inbounding the ball. Fonseca finds Ballou. Ballou jump stop, rolls it in for two.
Great play. See how he gets to 2 feet? I mean, he's nothing from him is ever off 1 foot. He's always getting to 2 feet and exploding through the ball.
Ballou's 9th point of the second half. Gives him 13 so far in the evening. Grant Harvey gives it off to Tyler Morin.
Portland extending themselves here in the half court. EL's got to be careful with a 5-second call.
And instead we'll have a foul against Quinn Clark.
Rolling foul on number 10, Quinn Clark. That's his first, team second.
Morin inbounding. Tip comes to Shea anyway, and he puts it up. In and out. Ball batted around, and Gibson will be fouled. Who will go to the foul line shooting two?
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of that recently with EL. I mean, that was the tail of the tape in the second quarter. They were able to get second chances by putting pressure on the boards against the Dogs.
Fonseca picks up his third foul. Gibson at the line. 53-43 Portland. Minute 14 to play. As we see number 24, Lino Ben, check in for Trey Ballou. 10-point lead for Portland.
Yeah, big part of the game for EL here. Portland's got it to 11 points.
And Moss will be fouled. And he will go to the line shooting 1-1.
Foul number 11, Storm Gibson. That's his
Foul be on Storm Gibson.
Ball in the bonus, going to line shooting 1-1.
Gibson's third personal foul. We have Moss shooting 1-1. If he can sink both of these, chance to get his point total up to 20 and increase the Bulldogs' lead back to double digits.
Yeah, you just can't. I mean, EL's handcuffed right now because they defensively they can't touch anybody.
Moss front rim, no good, but the rebound comes to Fonseca.
And that's really the only way they can hang around is if Portland misses these free throws.
Chadbourne penetrates, kicks it out to Ben. Over to Moss. Moss drives in, lays it up and in.
See what I mean? They just, tough cover when you can't hand check. Keep them off the rim. Yale's going to have to make some shots here to keep this close.
Brown nearly taken away by Chadbourne. Brown pulls the trigger for three, and he will be fouled by Lino Bent. Lino Bent's second foul.
That's his second, team's fourth.
And Austin Brown will be shooting three.
Austin Brown at the line, shooting three.
Big chance here for Edward Little to claw their way back in. He sinks the first. Brown hits his second.
Daniel, you go into the game, Portland.
And Brown makes all three.
Brown takes all three.
That'll cut the lead to 8, 55-47 Portland. 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The lob is given away. Morin intercepts it. Shea pulls the trigger from deep. Won't fall. Moss with the rebound. He's off and running. Finds Yugu. Yugu lays it up and in.
Yugu for two.
Oh, and there was a potential backcourt violation there.
No, I think it was the right call. It's got to be ball and body. 2 feet and the ball.
15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Austin Brown off to Tyler Morin. Back to Brown. Finds Shea. Shea drives, and he just bowls over Moss.
Gosh.
And they will call it a blocking foul against Moss.
You know, some people think that's the toughest call in the game. To me, it's real easy. If it's obvious, it's a charge. If there's anything in between, it's a block. And to me, he was standing there clearly for at least a full second. That's a charge all day.
Well, and Shea will have another chance with the Red Eddies. Inbound goes high to Shea. Stripped by Moss, off Shea. Portland basketball. Two seconds, gets it to Ben. Ben to Chadbourne, puts it up for three. No good. So after three, it's a 10-point lead. Portland 57, Edward Little 47. We'll be back. And we're back. Final 8-minute quarter here.
Pulling in their typical full court man.
Be Morin at the top of the key. Shot fake. Finds Brown back door. Brown lays it in.
EL's got to find out where number 4 is, number 30.
And
try and let everybody else beat you.
Austin Brown face guarding Simon Chadbourne. Moss's floater's good for his 22nd point of the game. It'll be Shea. Pulls the trigger from deep. In and out. Rebound comes to Chadbourne. And it is Moss pulling up from way downtown. Doesn't fall. Fonseca rebound, puts it back.
He's their best rebounder. All year he's been a pest on the boards.
Brown finds Harvey. Back to Brown. Foley little reach. Griffin Foley back in the game, playing with 4 fouls. We'll have to be careful. Backdoor cut for Darby Shea, and he lays it in.
Yeah, Toronto got caught peeking. He's been face guarding Darby Shea to limit his touches at 3 line, and Darby did a good job of releasing pressure there and going backdoor.
Shea leading the Red Eddies with 19 points.
Comes Griffin.
Foley inbounding. Ibn Khalid back in for Edward Whittle.
Nice slip.
And Yugu puts it in for 2. 63-51 Portland. 6 minutes to play. And Manny Yugu will be called for a foul.
Portland foul number 12, Manny Yugu, that's his first.
And I think he's their best defender, their best on-ball defender. He's got such good hands and quick feet.
Coach Russo will take a 60-second timeout, and so will we. 63-51, we'll be back. EL with the inbound. Brown over to Morin.
Man, he's got to be careful here.
Even Khaled. Inside to Harvey. Harvey drives, lays it up to the left, doesn't go. Rebound comes to Moss. Over the top to Foley, lays it in.
Another part of Portland's game is you miss a shot, you better get back. I mean, there's no complaining after you miss a shot against Portland High because they're going to make you pay.
And there's no one better at leaking over the top of the defense than Griffin Foley. Harvey inside working on Fonseca. Nifty spin move.
Good footwork for the big guy. Don't see that a lot in today's game.
65-53 Portland. 5 minutes to play in the ballgame. Foley drives baseline. And he will be fouled by Harvey. It'll be Hartley, that is. Grant Hartley's 3rd personal foul.
Foul number 21, Grant Hartley. That's his 4th foul. Team's 9th.
Griffin Foley going to the foul line, looking to add to his point total of 4. And correction, that is 4 fouls on Hartley.
Griffin hasn't seen a lot of time this half. It'd be nice to see him get going here in the next 5 minutes.
Foley hits the second. 66-53 Portland. Brown penetrates, lays it up. Not sure if Ballou got a piece of that or not, but either way, Fonseca with the rebound. Moss will walk it up.
Good move by Coach Russo. They're going to be patient on this one.
Oh, backdoor cut by Yugu, and they're going to call him for the travel. 13th turnover for the Bulldogs.
Love the back door.
Keeping Khaled. Gives it off to Morin. Morin finds Hartley. And Hartley with a nifty little move.
I think EL's got to use him a lot more often in the next 4 minutes to keep it close and make a little bit of a run. I mean, Poland's just not, you're not going to beat them off the dribble. They've got to get the ball inside somehow with the pass.
11-point lead for Portland, 66-55. Foley splits the double, gives it off to Moss. Moss by on the dribble, floater, won't fall. Ballou rebound, puts it up, and knocks it down for 2.
Big basket there to make it a 13-point game.
15 points for Trey Ballou. Shea pulls the trigger from the corner. Front rim rebound to Fonseca, and the Bulldogs are off and running. Fonseca coast to coast, doesn't fall. Rebound to Khaled. Khaled attacking the rim, and he will be fouled by Pedro Fonseca, which by my count will be Pedro's 4th foul.
Portland foul on number 5, Pedro Fonseca, that's his 4th. Team's 7th. At the line shooting 2, with 23 of it, Khaled.
Khaled at the foul line, shooting 2. 3.5 minutes to play, 68-55 Portland. Frank Myatt, Joe Johnson, Frank Healy on camera, and WPPS TV3.
Couple substitutions for both teams. Be interesting to see what Coach Adams does defensively on this make.
Ben
got it to 12 points, but you got 3.5 left. I don't think you can sit in half-court man.
Colette hits them both.
Colette takes them both.
And as you suggested, Coach, little pressure coming from Ed Little.
2-2-1.
The defense Portland High knows well.
Yep, and that's why he's one of the best point guards ever to wear the blue and white.
Moss splits through the defense, and he will be fouled by Weaver. Moss with a chance.
I mean, moving forward, that's what people have to decide. You know, you're down however many points against Portland High. You're going to try and press them. It can't happen with him on the floor. It's just not. You're not going to speed him up.
Moss rattles the first one home.
Ben Sappy in the game for the Eddies.
Moss knocks down the second for his 22nd point of the game.
3:18 remaining in the game.
Yeah, EL's got to make a couple threes, and they got to somehow figure out how to get the ball out of number 4's hands.
Weaver gets it. Taken away by Yugu. 12th turnover for Edward Little. 3 minutes to play, 70-57 Bulldogs. Quinn Clark tries to feed it inside, gets it to Foley. Foley just kind of tosses it up and it won't fall. Coled's going to the other way. He will be fouled by Weno Ben.
Portland foul on number 24, Lino Ben, that's his third. Team's 8. Going to line, number 23, Ben Colette, shooting 2.
Colette with 10 points of the night so far. He hits the first. Trey Ballou checks back in for Weno Ben.
A little more experience back on the floor.
That's fine.
And Colette cuts the lead to 11. 70-59 Portland. 2:30 to play in the game.
Yeah, and full court pressure again.
Nearly thrown away, but it goes to Manny Yuku instead.
That was a tough one on Darby.
Austin Brown to Colette. Colette inside. Abadir can't get it to fall. And Abadir ultimately gets the final rebound. And Colette will go to the line.
That'll be Griffin's 5th, I believe.
And it is. Foley is fouled out.
Number 20, Griffin Foley, that's his 5th foul. Team's 9.
So we'll see Fonseca take over for Foley.
Pedro Fonseca into the game. Storm Gibson in for the Eddies.
As Khalid with another chance to cut the lead back down to 11. 72-59 Portland, 2:08 to play. Khalid misses the first. He'll miss both. Weaver had the rebound and loses it off his foot. There's Fonseca inbounding. Gets it to Yugu. Khaled was face guarding Moss, let up just enough, and Toron slices through the press. 2 minutes to play. Moss into the lane, lays it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, no good. And on the third chance, Trey Ballou puts it in. (74-59), minute 40 to play. And Shea will be fouled. We'll call to Ron Moss on the reach. And Portland is over the limit now. So Shea will be shooting 2.
He's in a double bonus, shooting 2 of the 33 Darby Shea.
Starting to clear out.
Shea hits the first. Shea hits both. 21 points for Darby Shea. Portland tries to go over the top and turns it over.
Not sure what Pedro was thinking on that one.
That'll be a 3-second violation against Edward Whittle. 14th turnover for the Red Eddies. 74-61, 87 seconds to play here. Inbound goes to Yugu. Yugu's trapped, and he will be fouled. Call will go against number 11 Storm Gibson, I believe. Correction, it will be against Weaver. Weaver's 4th foul.
Yeah, tough foul there. He's got a double team. That's the last thing you want to do. You got 2-on-1, had him trapped against the baseline.
So Manny Yugu will be shooting 2, as Edward Whittle also over the limit. Yugu's first is no good.
Boston Brown back here for the Eddies. 125 remaining in the game.
Yugu hits one. 75-61 Portland. Minute 25 to play.
It's a matter of time at this point.
Khaled inbounds to Morin. Back to Khaled.
Portland just wants to keep people in front of them and not foul.
Khaled, nifty move, gets to the rack, and Coach Adams wants a timeout.
1 minute, 13 seconds remaining in the game.
73 seconds to play. Portland 75, Edward Whittle 63. We'll be back. Fonseca to inbound against the Edward Whittle press. Gets to Ben Fisher. Fisher up the sideline. Ooh, and Yugo is crushed right in front of the Portland bench.
That's intentional.
Manny Yugo a little shaken up. The officials are going to discuss whether that's intentional or not. It will be an intentional foul on Xavier Weaver. It will also be Weaver's 5th foul.
Ruled an intentional foul.
And Mike Adams is not happy about the call of intentional foul. Well, he argues. Yugu hits the first.
I think it's the right call. I mean, the difference is you got to make a play on the ball, and the kid didn't make a play on the ball. It just ran right through him.
And it couldn't have happened in a more convenient place right in front of the Portland bench, too. So it will be Portland ball. They'll retain possession. 76-63 Bulldogs. 1 minute, 9 seconds to play. Teron Moss will come out of the game. We see number 2, Griffin Buckley, checking in for Portland. And that'll be taken away by Khaled. One minute to play now. Khaled penetrates. And he'll be fouled. And they will
Basket was good.
They will count the basket there on the continuation.
Interesting call.
And Coach Russo is going to want to talk.
Foul on number 12, Daniel Ugu. That's
58 seconds remaining, 76-65. Portland will be back. Here's Khaled shooting 2. Or shooting 1, that is. They counted his basket. Controversial and 1 call. See if he can stretch it to a 3-point play and cut the lead to 10. Front rim rebound comes to Fonseca. Fonseca will be fouled. He'll make the walk to the other end.
Yeah.
Foul will go on Gibson.
got his foul on number 11, Storm Gibson. That's his 4th.
Gibson's 4th personal foul.
Both teams in the double ball.
I'm really hoping this is not going to be the tail of the tape for the next minute. Because this has been a great game, and I don't want to see a free throw contest for the next minute.
Fonseca towing the line. Front rim on the first.
Hartley back in with the Eddies.
I guess the easiest way for Portland to avoid that would be to knock down the foul shots. Fonseca short of the first, long of the second. Rebound to Fisher. And Clark pulls it out, skips it over to Buckley. Buckley passed up the 3. And they'll call a travel on Ugu. Tossing the ball up, lost it, ended up repossessing it. 44 seconds remaining. 76-65 Portland. Khaled drives to the basket. And they'll call another blocking foul. It's a couple interesting calls under the EL basket.
Calling foul on number 12, Daniel Ugu. That's his 3rd.
And Khaled will be shooting 2.
Shooting 2, number 23, Ben Khaled.
I think Manny Ugu slid about 5 feet on the floor on that one, Joe.
Yeah. I thought that was a charge. Interesting block there.
Khaled hits the first. Cuts the lead down to 9. Khaled's second is good. 76-67 Portland. And Ugu will be fouled right off the bat by Austin Brown. That'll be Brown's 4th foul.
This is good for Quinn. It's going to give him some more experience in a fairly tight game.
And he's fouling number 22, Austin Brown. That's his 4th foul. And Ugu on the line, shooting 2.
Ugu with 10 points so far in the evening. Looking up his total to 12. And he hits the first. Misses the second, and it'll be EL ball. Although I think both players were out of bounds while still going for the rebound. Pedro can't quite get it away from Khaled. Khaled kicks it out to Shea. Shea puts it up for 3. Knocks it down. And Coach Adams is going to take his final timeout. 77-70 with 26 seconds remaining. We'll be back. Fonseca inbounding, 7-point lead here.
Yeah, good move by Coach Adams, getting away from 2-2-1.
And Teron Moss, who's checked back in, will split the press. Give it up to Clark, inside to Ugu. Ugu will be fouled by Khaled. And that should be 5 on Eben Khaled, as the early fouls are starting to catch up with the Red Eddies.
Eddie's foul on number 23, Ben Khaled. That's his 5th foul.
Manny Ugu shooting 2 as we see Grant Hartley checked back in for EL. Also Simon Chadbourne coming off the bench for Portland. Ugu hits his first.
Simon Simon Chadmore.
Quinn Clark will take a seat. Yugu hits one, rebound to Brown. Gives it up to Gibson. Gibson takes it. Layup no good, rebound Ballou. And that will do it. From Auburn, the final score, Portland 78, Edward Little 70. Joe and I will be back to wrap things up in a moment.
Thanks everybody for coming. Please do drive safely.
So, Joe, very entertaining contest, going right down to the wire.
It was, yeah. I mean, they Portland High extended themselves, extended EL in the first half. I thought EL did a nice job mixing it up defensively to hang around a little bit. Darby Shea gave them some problems in the first half, but the decision making of Portland High in the second half was the difference, along with number 4. I mean, forever Portland High's had great guards, and he's one of the best ever to wear the blue and white.
And Teron Moss leading the Bulldogs with 23 points. Darby Shea leading all scorers with 24. Even Khalid with 18. And Portland putting 3 other players in double figures with Manny Yugu with 12, Simon Chadbourne and Trey Ballou with 15 apiece.
Yeah, and EL did a great job on the glass, gave Portland a really hard time, out-rebounding them in a couple quarters, I thought, and allowed them to hang around a little bit and keep it close, a couple possession games here and there. I believe they tied it up in the third quarter, but the biggest problem in this game for EL was their guards versus Portland guards. If EL can find somebody to kind of get them into sets and to push the tempo a little bit offensively, they're going to win some games and be a tough cover come the playoffs. I really look forward to February and March and seeing these two match up again.
So very well could be another Northern Maine regional final. But here tonight at Edward Little, Portland High is victorious. Steve Schwartz and I will be back to bring you all Portland High action later in the season. This is Frank Myatt for Joe Johnson and Frank Healy. Good night.